Hi, this is A. Wesley. That ain't even tells you like a TIL. If you like my video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribe. Topic I'm going to talk to you today about is Housewives Tea. And this a Housewives Tea video, I'll be talking about uh, the drama that went on between Drew and Kelli. I also will be talking about some last scene filming from Ultimate Girl Trip. I also will be talking about Candace's husband putting up that sign saying that somebody is using the N word in the house. I also will be talking about Kenya Moore saying that she was not asked to do Ultimate Girls Trip. I also will be talking about Drew won a big thing with a divorce from Ralph and stuff like that. And I also will be talking about some pictures from the Real Housewives of Rhode Island. They put out the cast pictures and stuff last week. I also will be talking about the uh, the new golden girl the new golden OG show that's gonna be on E, and the fallout after Jill Farron did her comments about the Super Bowl. Those are just some of the stories I'll be talking about in this video. Like I said, I'm going to show a couple of more pictures from the last filming day. I think it's about a week ago or 2 weeks ago of Ultimate Girl Trip. They were at the Blue Ribbon Manor. They had some kind of party, a gala going on and stuff like that. They showed Portia. I think it was Vicky or somebody in a red hat and a red suit, and then they showed them having a nice little dinner at the Blue Manor and stuff like that. I'll put that in the video and stuff like that. On another note, it was reported by ATL Linear first that when they had that Atlanta when they had that Atlanta when they had that Atlanta when they had the Atlanta version of Ultimate Girls Trip, they said Lisa Wu and Lisa Wu and Nene got into it, and so I'm gonna pause this video and then I'll pull up the thing right now. Bang. I found it. It says Atlanta OG Lisa Wu may have come for Nene Leakes uh, over perceived snub during Ultimate Girl Trip, according to ATL Lennon. And I saw a little clip of it, and she said, "Yeah, I was there. I was there at the party. Everybody was there. All of whole Atlanta was there for Nene. Everybody was there to celebrate Nene and stuff like that. And because Nene didn't say Lisa Wu name, Lisa Wu got upset. I said, ooh, that happened. I said, normally ATL Lennon showed to be around because her and Nene friend. And then I said, I wonder what it was about. And then here it is right here. Um, what what here it is right here was a little clip and Demetria McKinney and Lisa Wu came out and Lisa Wu was saying, yeah, everybody talking about I was drunk and acting a fool at the party at the party for the party was for alter ego. She said I'm not acting no fool. She said Nene tried to disrespect me, and that's what it was about. And then Demetria McKinney got on there and said, yeah, 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 right. I had your back. I had your back. If anybody was going to cover you, I had your back. You didn't know what she was doing. And I was in woo. I said, Demetria McKinney ain't been out in a while. I said, she was on that series called A House Divided. But I guess that going off. But somebody said in the comments that she got back on House of Pain because she had left for a while. But anyway, Nene responded, and this is what Nene said. I just passed it up. Nene said, Desperate A, please go heal. She was telling Lisa Wu that. And then Lisa Wu said the reason why, like I said before, that Nene disrespected her. And then she got on there and name and put a picture of Nene next to a moose, and everybody was saying, "Ooh, that's bad shade," but it didn't land the way Lisa Wu thought it and stuff like that. And I was saying, yeah, it's like a whole lot of them trying to get back on Housewives show. The only one that's really not trying to get back on Housewives show Deshaun Shaw. She the only one that really didn't, even though they asked her to come, she didn't want to participate. But anyway, right after that, like I said in my previous video, Kenya was trying to shade of the Potomac girls' looks, and so somebody asked her, Kenya, why come you wasn't invited? You're an OG. Why come you invited? And Kenya said she wasn't invited to the Ultimate Girls Trip because of the stuff that went on with her and Britt. I said, yeah, you're gonna be a while before you get back on Bravo and stuff like that. And then right after that, somebody said Kenya Moore was filing bankruptcy and stuff because she owed rent on that building. And she was and she was supposed to be paying rent on that building. She was behind in the rent, and she was saying, "No, that was fake news, fake news." So she don't even know that blogger that put that out. Don't be looking. Don't she telling her fans? Don't be listening, and looking at fake news. And then on another note, they put out some pictures. They put out some pictures for the Real Housewives of Rhode Island, and so at first they put the pictures of them behind like a red orange looking screen. They had about 6 or 7 women, and then next thing they put out another picture where they had some kind of gold background singing. And when I looked at it, I said, "Ooh, that looks similar to the vibe." And then right after that, Caroline Brooks came out and said, "Bravo, y'all need to reboot. Y'all need to reboot Real Housewives of Dubai. There's a whole lot of stuff going on here, beautiful scenery and stuff like that. So even if you have to get a whole brand new cast for the reboot, I'll take a backseat to somebody else." And I was saying, Caroline Brooks is like the rest of the fans. Is that the Real Housewives, the vibe was good. Like I said, it was good in season 1, but it got better in season 2. But I guess because of that fight between Brooks and that woman, that kind of knocked it out. But yeah, I really wish they would come back to the vibe and stuff, because the vibe was actually a good Housewives show. Now I'm not saying that I don't like Rhode Island. I haven't watched it yet, but I'll try to check it out and stuff and see if I like it. On another note, Drew had did a video, and she had said that she had went by Kelly's place, a chicken and waffles place, and it was closed. And she said nobody gave her the memo. She didn't know it was closed. And then Kelly had a little clap back, and I'm gonna read to you what Kelly said right here. Kelly said, "Drowning Drew, thank you for the drive-by. While that location is being relocated, our McDuff restaurant is open. Yes, the same one where we filmed and personally made sure you and your entire family left fed for free. I get it. You're scrambling for a storyline. We know you gave nothing all season. Unfortunately, I'm not available. I actually have real life things going on." And and who else is killed? And who else is killed? And she continued, "I get it. You're scrambling for a storyline, and we gave nothing. Unfortunately, I read that part. She said, so continue with your low budget movies, unpaid promo tours, and imaginary business ventures. If you ever plan on opening up an actual business, let me know. I'll consider supporting you in real life. Until then, keep my name out of your dry mouth. Yours. Maybe you can get a man that actually wants to claim you. P.S. This is the weird shit that Drew does, and when you and when you- and when you- and when cameras call me next time, boo, and I'm looking at what is Kelly talking about? Trying to throw some shade at Drew, and Drew came back with, and Drew said, "Sorry, I was resurfacing for air. I must miss something. I must miss something while I was drowning. Low budget flame, low budget films, interesting take. Considering twins just charted hashtag #5 on variety charts. So help me understand why exactly I would be getting fully glam and showing up anywhere for free. I have multiple business ventures, wins, lessons, and everything in between. That's life, right? I don't have a man. I'm not looking for one and won't be until my divorce is finalized. But I wish you the best, you little spicy chipmunk." And I said, "Ooh, that was a good clap back. Drew did a good clap back, clap back." And that's why I say people shouldn't be messing with Drew. But then some people talking about Drew was messing for doing the drive by. Drew should have called her. Drew should have called her. And I was saying, well, yeah, maybe Portia, because she was talking about at first, she just Portia and employee. And I was saying maybe Portia or Bravo or somebody called Drew and told Drew to get something started up with Kelly so Kelly could have a storyline. Because Kelly, well, nobody's talking about Kelly too much anymore, except for last month when her husband tried to do all that free publicity and talking about that was his business and not Kelly's business, and that fell flat. So no one nobody really looking and checking for Kelly until Drew came out. So it might be true on both sides. Drew might have had to got a call from somebody to stir up something with Kelly, so Kelly could have a storyline. Cause when nobody really talking, when nobody talking about Kelly or checking for Kelly in the last 2 or 3 weeks. But anyway, that was good. And then right after that, uh, it was on the internet that that uh, that King and Quad broke up, and I was saying I knew that was a lie from Jump Street. And so I'm going to read to you right here. It says, Kirk King confirms breakup with Married to Medicine star Quad Webb. "I can confirm that I left that situation." And I said, I knew that relationship was fake in the first place because they were saying on the internet, somebody was saying, "Ooh, Quad got a good, handsome man. Quad is lucky." And he said, "Luck ran out." I said, "Luck ran out." And I was the first one that said after they kicked off Greg and Sweet Tea that I saw no chemistry because I was saying, well, maybe I just watched Married to Medicine on to the end. But I watched it, I think, to episode 12 or 13, and then I got tired of them doing Sweet Tea so bad, just like I got tired of Giselle doing Angel Bad on Potomac. But back to this, and I was saying they had no chemistry back then, and she was trying to get him to move in, and he didn't want to move in. Talking about he used to being a bachelor, living a bachelor's life. And I think what happened, I think behind the scenes, he knew that Cora was paying him to be her boyfriend, and what it was, he looked at that money that money wasn't worth it because she was trying to do him like she did Greg. And stuff like that, and it's like that man wasn't gonna go to what Greg did. Greg tried his best to please Quad, and that man looked at he was just in it for the money, and he thought his business was gonna pop off, and he gonna get more thing out of it. When he realized that, and like a lot of people saying, that man didn't want no baby and stuff like that. And me and ATL Linian was the only one that said she was only doing that to get back at Greg and Sweet Tea because she was jealous of Sweet Tea. I've been saying that for years, but fuck it, I'm even, and all of her fans, oh, she ain't jealous of Sweet Tea. What she got to be jealous of? And like everybody said, I was the first one said it. behind ATL Lennon that she hijacked that girl whole storyline this year and it fell flat because people looking at you tried to shame and downgrade Sweet Tea for trying to have a baby with Greg, and now that you trying to steal her storyline and stuff, you want people to have empathy and sympathy for you. And like I said, I'm not gonna lie. I used to like Quad back in the day, but after Quad did that stuff to Mariah, and then also after Quad, I was kind of feeling sorry for Quad when Anila, I was kind of feeling sorry for what you call. But then when Toya came out and said Quad was one of the ones that had told Anila that she was trying to break into her house. That's kind of what turned me off from Quad. And season I think it was 9 or 10, and then season I think season 10 she really turned me off by doing Sweet Tea like she was horn heavy, trying to tag team that girl and get that girl off the show and stuff like that. So I was glad that I wasn't glad, but I was surprised that they had broke up either. Um, on another note, uh, that that on another note, basketball wise have got canceled, and then Chaotic said he got canceled because of low ratings, and then Scrappy came out and said, well, people are always gonna say something when they're not on the show, but Shawty was the one that came out and said that she was sorry that basketball wise was getting canceled. And they said it was the end of an era for basketball wise, and then Drea came out and said that Shawnee, maybe we need to have like one little last reunion show. And I was saying, yeah, that would be nice for the fans and stuff like that. And another note, uh, Joy and Clifton from Love and Marriage DC had split and broken up. And when they put out the court documents, they said had separated in January, which was a month ago. And I was saying I wasn't shocked and surprised because I didn't like the way Cliff was treating her when he was on Love and Marriage DC and stuff like that. And stuff like that. Now, on the last and final note, they said, oh no, Robin was supposed to have some pictures on People magazine. I got some of the pictures of Robin on People magazine. She really looked good and everything like that. Now, on the last and final note, Jill Farron came out right after Super Bowl because at first they were saying they were going to have a show called the OG the OGs the Golden OGs Life, and I was saying I'm not gonna. I was saying okay, and then when I saw but they have Ramona Singer on there. I said, I'm not watching it. I said, I'm not going to watch this because I didn't like the way that Ramona Singer did Ebony when she was on New York. And then I sure didn't like the way she tried to do Cynthia and Kenya on Ultimate Girls Trip. So I was looking at when she did that to Kenya and Cynthia Ultimate Girls Trip, and none of them was, at least Cynthia was non-problematic. I said, this woman just a racist to her heart. And then I didn't think Jill Farron was like that because when I saw Jill Farron on Ronnie, she was cordial to everybody, nice to everybody, and that things like that. And I kind of really had empathy and sympathy for her when she said her husband had got sick and stuff, and then she left because she was trying to take care of her husband. And then her husband had passed away. So I was saying, yeah, if Jill Farron come back, I'd be glad. And they tried to offer Jill Farron to come back for the reboot, but she said that she needed more money and all that kind of stuff. And now hindsight is 2020. I think she didn't want to work with all those other different ethnic groups. I think that was the main reason why she didn't want to go. She tried to use it as she needed more money. But she said that stuff about Bad Bunny and the Super Bowl. I kind of watched it, and I was like a little bit of the other people. I said, well. I really can't understand what he's saying. I say, but he is a vibe. I said, cause he's showing his life. When he first came on, showing walking through the cotton fields with his dad and stuff, and they showed him working, kind of working at a department store, what he did. So what he actually was saying, the picture that he was painting, that he came from literally nothing and worked his way up to being the most popular Latin star that it is. And I was saying, yeah, yeah, now he incorporated all the different dance moves and stuff like that. And so Jill Farron got on there talking about it was trash, it wasn't no good. They didn't have no white people on there. You know what I'm saying? White people. And then I said, well, nah, she not. But then everybody was saying they did have some white people on. They had Lady Gaga, and she talking about Lady Gaga had such a she done she had to Google Lady Gaga 'cause Lady Gaga face was so messed up. She had said, and everybody was saying Jill Farron, yo, you done had some plastic surgery too. I know she did because when she was looking on a couple of them pictures, that didn't look like the same woman that was on that show in earlier years. And after the backlash, she got fired, and then she gonna talk about they didn't even give her a chance to and they didn't even give her a chance to comment and say what she said. Everybody making mistakes. I say, nah, you thought you could get away with it. I don't know why these people think they can get away with stuff when they and look at the world situation and all this volatile stuff that's going on and stuff like that and stuff like that. So I'm sorry. I don't feel sorry for Jill for Jill Farron one bit. That's all I have for this that's all I have for this Housewife Tea video. This is A What's That ain't even tells it like a tea I is. I am out.